some guys can actually wait 5 years just to sleep with you. But if you actually wait, you weed out some guys that are not really interested in you. Not every guy can wait that long. There are some demons that will actually wait for 5-10 years just because they want to sleep with you, and if they sleep with you one night, they're gone.
And some people, I haven't heard the story where somebody got married to somebody just for that so reason.
Yes.
Like just married the person and left.
When people want to like get into a relationship these days, it's easier to like fall victim of unhealthy relationships. Old school ways is we get to know each other, I make my intentions known, and then we're dating, and then we marry, and then we have sex. Now we might meet in the club, we have sex, I feel your vibe, we have sex again, then we are in a relationship, then we are getting to know each other.
After Hi guys, you're welcome to another interesting episode of Freedom of Speech. If you're joining us for the first time, you are absolutely welcome. Here is a safe space where we'll talk about anything and everything. And to our returning subscribers, we absolutely love you. And you're welcome back to another episode. With me in the studio today, we have our girl, Daniela. Daniela, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to be back. It's been
Where have you been?
I've just, been enjoying the country.
Enjoying the country.
Just been touring, from one city to another country. Just,
I can actually see that. You look relaxed.
Do I? I need to go on another holiday.
A little bit too much. Because I'm jealous.
Stuff like you've got this. You don't want to do that. That's why. Like you are like.
I don't want to do what? Who don't like enjoyment? Yes, Daniela, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We have another interesting guest in the studio today. He's a lawyer, an entertainer. Yes, just imagine putting law and entertainment side by side. You understand? He's cute and he's intelligent too. We have John in the studio. John, how are you doing? Yeah,
I'm good.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
How is the UK treating you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Draw.
Uh-uh.
Too fighting. No less.
We need to change that to enjoyment. You know what I mean?
Very soon. No.
I'll be like Daniela.
As in relax, sorry.
Be like Daniela that's enjoying. Yeah. And I'll be your host, Jewel. Yes, you're welcome to another interesting episode. And the topic we'll be talking about today is why people stay in unhealthy relationship. But why do people stay in unhealthy relationship though?
Sincerely, I feel like I'm the worst person to ask that question, because when people come to me and then they let me know that they're in relationship like that, I mean, I do want to empathize with them, which I do, but sometimes I just really wonder, like, why exactly do you do that to yourself? Like, why would you stay there? I mean, I hear them and I hear their stories and then it's really touching, but I don't know, from my own perspective, it's more like, I think I'm this kind of person that once I start seeing signs, I'm already up and gone. So that's why I can't really relate to it as much as someone that has probably been in that kind of circumstance. So in the whole answering that question of why do people stay there, I don't have any personal experience. But in general, it would be because of status, what they gain from it. In general, it's more like you can't actually be in something that's not beneficial and still stay.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing in some sort of way, there is something that they're getting that is, they feel that that's what they have to trade. Maybe that joy to just stay in that uncomfortable position just to get what they want. Yeah. So that's what I would say. But yeah, personally, I can't. It's like fascinating. Like,
you don't know why. Like, why would you do that situation in the first place? Oh, okay, John.
Honestly, I don't have any personal experience to
You don't have any personal experience.
No.
That's good. I like this.
I've actually seen people in unhealthy relationships, and you're almost like, are you mad? You get?
Yeah.
To be honest, so many things actually cause these things. And some of the things I've actually noticed in people that are in unhealthy relationship is, number one, some of them are not really, really smart. Like, not really, really wise. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, some of them are like, not like loved at home. Okay. I'm actually being honest what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest part of it is not being loved at home, especially by Because most people that are in unhealthy relationship that choose to stay are usually like the women, the female.
Okay, the female.
The female. They are the ones that usually like settle to just remain in unhealthy
Don't
relationship.
you think there are some guys too in
we
unhealthy
don't have
relationship?
so much of them.
I feel like the percentage would be a bit lower because generally it's more like it's the women that kind of like go through that.
Yeah.
Although there's a series that I've watched, Sisters, it was the man was the one in the unhealthy. Well, he was unhealthy, but basically the woman could beat him, so technically he was the one receiving.
But you know, it's not only when someone is being beaten up that the relationship is unhealthy.
But for a man to be beaten by a woman, that is
serious,
like mind blowing. And then like, why are you still there as a man?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly is your for? I mean, he was cheating, but I don't know why he was like. I felt that they were just not good together. They could have just called it quits, but for some reason they just found ways to be together, then they were just unhappy together as well. Yeah. So that's why I never really understand why people do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So apart from there's something you said about people being in unhealthy relationship, not smart. They are very intelligent people, doctors, lawyers, that are actually in unhealthy relationship. Sure. Yes, you understand. Sure. So do you think that's the reason why, like, they are there? I
was actually talking about emotionally intelligent people.
You mean emotionally intelligent? Yeah. Oh, okay.
And if you remember, I actually like make like 2 points. The second one I talked about is like not being loved at home.
Yeah.
People actually use their parents as role models to learn these things.
Okay. True.
So while growing up, if your parents didn't have like a healthy relationship, you're really not learning anything. 2, if as a female your dad does not really like show you how a man actually loves a woman, like how he loves his daughters, how he treats his daughters right, and all those things, you might not even know what love is. Same thing for a male too. Some males don't know how to treat their partners. They don't even know what love is. So many problems is because they don't really have a role model to learn from their parents. And then when we are talking emotionally intelligent people, you can have high IQ and still be emotionally unintelligent. They don't really like necessarily.
Yeah, you spoke about another thing again. You said role models. Yeah. That like the ladies not having, but they are people that were raised by single parents, like ladies that are striving when it comes to relationship.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So we can't say it's because they don't have a male figure in their life showing them how they are supposed to be loved.
Sure.
Before they will know, oh, this relationship is toxic, I can't be here.
You're very right. Some people are actually good at working without guidance. But some people, if they don't find guidance, they will fail.
Oh, okay.
I could use myself as an example. If I didn't have my father's guidance, I'll be a failure.
Oh, okay.
So that is I would say maybe that's coming from personal experience. Thank God for my parents, especially my father.
Oh, okay.
He taught me all these things, what love is, how to thrive in life, all these things. So some people actually do need the guidance. And an example very, very close to me. I can't mention her name because we're live. She's like a younger sister to me.
Oh, okay.
She's so brilliant. Like, she's very, very brilliant and very, very beautiful. But unfortunately for her, she has a terrible father.
Okay.
She literally had to like send herself to uni. It got to a point where, because she wasn't going to public school where it's like cheap. I think she's going to like a state school where they have to like pay like almost 300,000 or 400,000.
Yeah.
Now she had to like resort to sleeping with guys for money. And that's why she was like in some unhealthy relationships, because she needs the money.
She needs the money, yeah.
But if the father was like up to task and doing all those things for her, the girl didn't actually graduate school. She didn't finish. She could not finish.
Whoa.
Yes. So if she actually had someone that would like sponsor her, support her and all those things, she wouldn't have done that like that. But sometimes it might be survival skill too, like she said earlier.
Yeah.
It just happens to people, unfortunately.
Okay.
So going back to your point of like the experiences, I feel that whatever happens, there are 2 ways out of it. Sometimes when something terrible happens, people either think that as a core that they would never let that happen to them, so they kind of like navigate their life to kind of go in that opposite way.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just use it as a landmark that, okay, this is what I know and I'm just going to go through it. So there's an example of a guy that gave birth to 2 children, and then the dad was like a deadbeat dad, was a drunkard, smoking, everything. One child came out successful extremely without drugs, without anything on his plate, and then the other person was like a drug person. He was addicted, drinking, and basically the 2 children had like opposite lives. And when they asked them why that happened, the drug guy said that it's because that's all he knew, that's all his dad did, and that's why he became that. And then the clean guy said, because my dad was this way, I vowed that I would never be that. So sometimes it's not just like the reason why people don't end up like their parents, or they come from disabled homes and then they're emotionally strong, is because they've seen that happen and they've vowed to themselves that they would not let that happen to them.
Yes.
And then they kind of like put in conscious effort to kind of go away from that, as opposed to others that they're like, okay, this is me and I can't be bothered to change. Or maybe they just don't take it as intentional as those other people, so they just tend up making the same mistakes their parents made and just be in that same line.
Okay.
But
yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So what are those pointers that will know, oh, this relationship will be unhealthy? Probably there's a girl you like, or maybe a guy you like that you want to go into a relationship with. Then how do you know that this relationship will not be healthy for me? Like, you don't even bother. Like, what are those pointers you see? Because some people will say, I didn't know. You understand? They're already deep in it before they know this unhealthy. And, getting out is always a problem because of other factors. So how do we know that? How do people out there, our audience, how do you know that, okay, this is a red flag, this is what I should look out for to know that, oh, this relationship, no, it won't work?
I personally, I don't just look at how they treat me. I kind of see how they treat other people. Let's say we go to a restaurant and then they're being rude to like a waiter or like a general staff, like a menial job person.
Yeah.
Like, if they can do that to someone that hasn't done anything to them, then how much more me when I do something to them? So it may not necessarily be the same. It's just the fact that if you can treat people that way, then there's a potential that you could do something. Right.
Yeah.
So it's just from the bare, like someone spilling coffee on you. How do you just go into full blown anger and slap them? Do you get like, you don't need to hit me first before I know that you have the ability to do that. If I can see you do that to someone else, that's kind of like my own pointer. Like, if you can do that to someone else, then there's a probability that you do that to me. So things like that, I'll probably have a conversation with you about it, and then I'm like already alert.
But it could be that the person is just very, very angry at that moment. Probably.
Well, yeah. So
events leading to.
Obviously, you shouldn't use like what event to judge it, but it should be like an eye opener for you. So you should watch out.
To know what to watch out for.
It's more like, you can't just base it off one event. So it's more like, if that's how the person treats people that they don't love. Like, if they always go out to restaurants and then do things like that, or the people that take care of their home, they're actually rude to them, or something like that. I don't know. It's just, that's kind of like how I see it.
If you don't mind me like chiming in, to be honest, we can actually use one event to judge, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I used to like give one example. You say experience is the best teacher. That one is not when you're crossing the road. If experience will teach you when you're crossing, either you're not alive to learn the experience or your legs are broken.
That's true.
If a guy is angry, I think that's when you know the true character of the guy. If a woman is angry, I think that's when you know the true character of the woman.
But people pretend.
That's why I said when they're angry.
Opens it up.
Exactly. That's why I say when anger will show you the true person. So when this person is acting this way when he's angry, don't say it's just because he's angry. That's who he is.
But some people actually pretend, though. I don't know. People pretend.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
I mean, you never want to show someone a bad side of you.
Yes. So you might not even know the person is even toxic to even begin with.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then when you're in the relationship, you find out and then you leave.
Is it easy to live like that?
I don't know why. It's not easy. Like, I would tell you the truth.
Is it easy to live?
It's not as easy as you would expect, because you would think that it's just the moment your heart is already interested,
you'll be praying for the person. See, have you ever been in a relationship where somebody continuously does some things, you understand, you start making up excuses for the person?
Oh my God,
like the person is not giving you, the person is not making an excuse for themselves. You will be the person making up excuses for them. You'll be like, oh, probably maybe he's tired. I made him hungry, that's why.
Yes, now that's
understanding. You start blaming yourself. That you were the one.
No. That's another level. No, that's not what I'm saying. you make excuses for someone you actually do care about.
Yes, of
but
course.
not stupid excuses like I
because,
forced him to slap me, or I forced her to.
I feel
Like
because
if I didn't anger him, then he probably won't have hit
that's
me.
not an excuse.
See, John, I
I'm so sorry.
feel if we are not in the situation, we will not know.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
I've
Because
been in a situation like that.
You make up excuses for the person.
Like did you make up excuses for the person?
Not.
Oh God! I just hope. Okay, I'll just say this. I'll try to like keep as many
It's freedom of speech.
I'll try to
It's
like
freedom
keep,
of speech. We want to hear
freedom
we
of
want
speech,
to
but I
hear
need to like
everything.
protect someone too.
You don't even if you don't want to call the name, but we want to hear everything. I want to hear everything. I like
the reason
gossip.
why I'm saying yes, it's not as easy as we think,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes the best decision you're supposed to make is actually going to be very, very awful. I was in a relationship. I think that's not the first time I've been in love with somebody. That was like the craziest love experience I ever had.
Okay.
And then I was actually going to marry her, and then she cheated on me.
Oh.
And then I found out. And trust me, I've always said, see, you are very right though. Is 2 + 2 is always 4 when you're not in a relationship. But when you get to the relationship, it can be 32.
I'm telling you.
I've always said, if someone cheats on me, we're done. Like nothing, we're done. After this thing happened, it was me that was still like putting a case from that. But maybe
I did something wrong.
But when my senses like came back, I broke up with her. But after breaking up, I swear to you, I was in my room for like 3 weeks.
Oh,
You're still heartbroken.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're really in love with someone, you can never really
Exactly.
like you still feel the.
I know that's the best decision to make at the time, because if you don't trust somebody, what kind of relationship are you guys going to build?
True.
So I just knew we have to end it, but I suffered for it. But it was worth it.
It was worth it at the end.
Exactly, because you need to like take some decisions. Don't say
that's what I'm saying. Okay, just imagine that one is cheating. You understand? Just imagine you are in a relationship where you are constantly being abused, not physically now, emotionally or financially. You won't see it as anything. Even if you tell people what you are going through, they will not even see it as anything. They'll be like, does he beat you? So where are you going to? You understand? So they'll be like, oh, does he? You'll be like, no, he doesn't. But look at what he's saying. But that's nothing. That one is nothing. People are even going through boss safe. You understand? Yeah. Those times you'll be forced to make up excuses for the person, because when you look at it, okay, is he cheating? No, he's not cheating. Is he providing? Yes, he's providing. But you are emotionally being abused, and you know that this thing is toxic.
Have you watched Finding Me, the movie by Funke Akindele?
Finding Me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's on Prime.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
Yeah.
So technically, that whole thing, the person that she was married to was emotionally abusing her.
Yeah.
And basically taking advantage of her. Look, he did get married to her because of her money and her influence and stuff. But then he knew how she was and then married her still. I mean, she's meant to be this local person that is very Yoruba and very,
Yes.
And then he still married her. And then every single day in the relationship, after they got married, he started insulting her. Like, look at your body, look at your this, look at your that. And then it kind of like felt very awkward. There was even like a point where they couldn't give birth. Yeah. And then instead of letting her know that it was from him, he kind of like made her think it was her problem.
Yes.
They adopted a child. Nobody knew that they adopted a child. Like, it was like a whole thing. That is an emotional abuse. And I feel that the reason why most times people don't see it as that, it's just because they're not open-minded, because they just feel that, okay, the only time that you should leave somebody is when they physically assault you or abuse you, or when they are cheating. But I feel that if someone is not right for you, like if you are not happy in that place, you've done everything you can, then most likely that is not the relationship you're supposed to be with. If someone is not adding to your future, if someone is not making you better, if they are always like making you feel less than yourself, I feel that that's like one of the utmost signs to leave a relationship. Yeah. I mean, it's harder when you get married to them and then probably have kids for them. But it's just, I feel that that's a pointer that people should always have in their mind when they're going to a relationship. That it doesn't have to be that severe of like physical. Like living with like bruises. It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be cheating, like a scandal. It could just be that every single time you're with them, you just feel low of yourself. Like every single time you feel drained, you don't feel enough. Your emotional worth is gone. I feel like those are things that you should actually look at. Those are the reasons why a relationship would be toxic. Doesn't have to be physical or
something. Yes.
Yeah, and basically, and I also feel that people don't really look out of that, and I feel that a lot of Nigerians don't consider that as a problem.
They don't see that. That's what I'm saying.
Like, oh, okay, when it gets to
that aspect, when you say, "Oh, anytime I go see this person, I'm always exhausted. You're always asking me questions. I will have to reassure you over and over. It's exhausting. You understand? People don't see it as being toxic. They just feel like, probably he just loves me too much." Yes, there's a point jealousy gets, so you'll be like, it's okay to be jealous,
it's
I love you too much. Yes, it's just over caring or something.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, the scenario you just painted now, like if you're always going to see somebody and is asking you questions on that person, you think that's toxic?
See, yes, of course it is.
Why do you think that's toxic?
Just imagine, anytime I come to see you,
okay,
you're always asking me, when I was calling you yesterday, who were you talking to? You said you're going to be here 5 minutes ago. Why are you not here? Why is your phone on silent? Why is your this? Why are you not? Then about. I called you. Why did you not pick? Why did you not? Why did you not?
Why did you spend so much time with that friend?
My God!
What were you doing?
Okay. Then when you now start getting anxious when you're going to see that person, you know that I'm going back. Yes, you don't even know the questions. How it's going to be like. You feel tense. You're going to see somebody you're supposed to be in a relationship with, and you're always tense.
That's someone that's very insecure. I didn't know that's what you're talking about.
I think the scenario that she pointed was not that clear.
Yes, I didn't say it in.
That's. I would advise you not to be someone that is very insecure.
Some people are actually in such relationships. They just make up excuses. Yes, if you tell somebody, they'll be like, the person loves you so much. The person is asking you lots of questions. The person loves you so much.
Monitoring your life. Like they have a tracker on you.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that on your location that you moved from this. You didn't tell me you were going to this place, and you're like, what?
The crazy thing about this insecurity issue is, it can actually be from both parties. It can be that the one partner is very insecure, or the partner has actually lost trust in the other partner.
True. Yeah, true.
So, because sometimes you just need to be careful the things you do. You might be a straight person, but just being caught in one lie, and the trust is gone.
Yeah,
and it's not even something serious. Mm-hmm. You just feel like, because you don't want to get into details, or you just
I don't want to give details.
Just like caught in a lie, and then the trust is just gone all of a sudden.
You. But if you don't trust someone, do you think there's a point of still being in a relationship with them?
Exactly what I'm saying. Of which you guys might actually have something beautiful together. You might be really in love.
Yes.
And then one simple lie will just ruin the whole thing.
I mean, I guess
because people
is to build back the trust.
That's the problem. It's hard to build it back. The moment you lose trust in someone for just one, it's so hard to get it back.
It's true though.
We always learn to forget, but the human brain never forgets something, especially when it's done to you by someone you truly care about.
But I don't know. I don't know if there is a lie, except from maybe a scandalous lie, that can be that deep that you wouldn't trust somebody for again. Like, what's an example of a lie that's not scandalous that you wouldn't trust somebody for again?
Let me give you an example of a lie that is actually not even anything. Let's say your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You saw your boyfriend. You went somewhere and then you saw your boyfriend there, and then you called him. Hey, what's up? How are you at the moment? Because he just doesn't want to get into details. Maybe he just probably came here to get drink or something. It's just like, my guys were playing games, and you're literally looking at him now.
Yeah, yes.
You'd be like, who is this guy?
True.
Then you just imagine other things that the person you will now be thinking.
You start are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm in the office. But are you sure he's actually in the office? Yeah.
And maybe he just doesn't want to get into details that, I came outside now to come on. Because when you're matured, you know that some things it's not necessary to go into details with them. You came outside to get a drink. I'm not supposed to tell you that I came outside to get a drink. Am I reporting to you?
I feel that if you came outside to get a drink, it can be as simple as, I just came outside to get a drink. I feel that there are some things, because
we make these things complicated when they are not.
I like what we are saying. I like what we are talking about now. Honesty.
Yeah.
The person saying I'm with the guys playing games, maybe he has no ulterior motive. Maybe he was actually with the guys, he just came outside to get a drink and he's going back to the guys to continue playing games.
No, does make sense.
So honesty is just something that is very, very, not to digress from what we're talking about,
but you can carry on.
Honesty and is it insecurity? Yeah, that's what the one we're talking about. If you find someone that is very insecure, run for your life.
Like
an insecure person can kill you. Just run. And there's also something that I like to like point out. I'll just go old school for a minute. When people want to like get into a relationship, these days it's easier to like fall victim of unhealthy relationships. Why? Because old school ways is we get to know each other. I make my intentions known.
Yeah.
And then we're dating. And then we marry. And then we have sex.
Oh.
Now, we might meet in the club. We have sex.
Okay.
I feel your vibe. We have sex again. Then we are in a relationship.
Okay.
Then we are getting to know each other.
After.
But
Okay, it's not the other way around. Okay,
and
it's
the
just
crazy
the
thing
other way
is,
around.
the
Okay.
crazy thing is, there's no way. Okay, it's actually very possible, but there's no way you have sex with somebody that is beautiful or handsome and you don't feel something for the person.
The thing is, it's natural for a lady to start catching feelings after sleeping with somebody.
Exactly.
You understand? So we don't want to be in this situation where they say, "Oh, you're just looking at it." That I know some people don't really care nowadays. Nobody cares. Nowadays, nobody really cares. I mean, I'll tell you how many people have slept with, they don't really care. Yeah? But in the real sense, a lady will feel
attached to someone.
Yes, feel attached. You understand? They would want a relationship. No, but let me know that I had a relationship with this person. It didn't work. Rather than just sleeping with the person and just allowing the person to go. Yes.
And now my point is, when you're not in a situation like that, the guy knows you're in it. You don't want to leave. If the guy doesn't really love you, he'll still like to keep you around for the sex, and he'll treat you the way he likes. But now you can't make a logical decision because you're already in it.
Oh, yeah.
But if it was the other way around, that this guy, okay, I like him, he likes me. Get to know me first, make your intentions known. That way, some guys can actually wait 5 years just to sleep with you. But if you actually wait, you weed out some guys that are not really interested in you. Not every guy can wait that long.
True.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There are some demons that will actually wait for 5-10 years just because they want to sleep with you. And if they sleep with you one night, they're gone.
And some people, I haven't heard the story where somebody got married to somebody just for that sole reason.
Yes.
Like just married the person and left.
Yeah, because I feel that sometimes men, they just have this whole thing when they want to get a goal. Like,
Adam.
especially when it's hard.
Adam.
They will swear on their whole bones that I must hit this. And the moment they are done, like it's like if they may think that they like you, but I think it's just it's just a game. Like they just know that they have to get it. And once they get it, the like or the feelings that they have for you is gone, and they're like, oh, so it's about this thing.
No, I just feel the person never really liked the person in the first place. That's what I feel. That's yes.
So what's like your ideal length of time to know someone?
The thing is, you can never know someone entirely.
That's
you still find out.
That was the point I was trying to make, but continue.
You still find out. In fact, maybe like 30 years marriage, you'll be like, yeah. So you have this one in your locker. Are you serious? But you know the basic things like, okay, this woman is not promiscuous.
Okay.
This guy is not does not have anger issues. You know the basic things. But some people don't even find out the basics. They just enter into relationship like that because it's fine, but he has 6 packs, or because she has big bum bum and pecky breast. You will learn, no?
The hard way.
You will learn.
You will learn the hard way. So, do we say keeping malice in relationship now is toxic?
It's just a little bit of
okay.
To spice it up.
Little bit of malice is not toxic, but when the malice is now excessive, that's when it's
now
toxic.
it's no longer healthy. But
it's no longer healthy.
Yeah. You know, too
Just
much Maggi will spoil the. But if you
So
put small Maggi,
just a sprinkle of
exactly, sprinkle of malice.
It's okay.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if on
Bible
the
said-
audience we agree with you, but I don't know.
The Bible said there's time for everything now.
so there's time for malice as well.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Wow.
There was a time that God even refused to listen to the Israelites. They never hear from him.
So you don't bring matter come this malice matter. Bible come this malice matter.
God is not talking to you. That's not my defense. Defense of the reason why they do what they do. Wow.
If God said, God is not talking to them or anything.
So malice don't even enter Bible. Bible
He
wants
said
to
there's
come
time to
inside
be
this
good, time
malice.
to be bad, time to do good, time to do evil.
So even time to
kill,
malice.
time to spare. So there's always a little of everything that is good.
Wow.
Okay.
I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that before.
Wow.
Well, we learn every day.
Exactly.
Why do you feel like after couples fight and they make up, it's always like different? Like the level of, how do I say it now? Their making up is always like, it always hits different. It's not like the ones that fight every day. I'm saying the ones that like really like each other. When they have a big fight and they make up from it, they are always so happy to get back together, their makeup is always very nice and all that. It's cause things like this. It makes love grow stronger.
Well, the thing is, it depends on how the fight was. Yes, it depends on how the fight was, because you cannot expect a couple that said very, very nasty things to each other when they were arguing, that you now say, you will think about it. You will think, oh, look at what this person said to me. Even if you want to continue the relationship or marriage or something, you will still think about it. You'll be like, what this person said to me. You can easily apologize, but what you said to the other person, you can't take it back.
True.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Just following up on that, do you think that that's the reason why people stay in unhealthy, toxic relationship?
Because the makeup of it
is always more fascinating than.
Oh, that's why they like the makeup part.
Yeah, they're like that's the reason why they want to anger the person.
I've heard somebody say that. Say, the makeup sex is always very good.
Yeah.
That's why they stay there.
They're just there for the makeup, whatever.
Yeah, so that's why they stay there.
So
probably it's part of the reason why.
Yeah, the reasons why people stay unhealthy because of the makeup sex that they get after.
Get after, yeah.
Until they stop breathing. Because it always ends one way. It's always a disaster.
Yes.
I still feel it's still so painful. What's her name again? This woman that sang
this Ekweme song. Osinachi.
I don't really know the woman, but whenever I think about it, I cry. It's actually very painful.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm happy that this woman didn't take the same route. This woman that sings, but I'm not very good with names.
If you can remember the song,
she sang, she chants, really, that's what she does. She's single, she's divorced. She just chants. She's a Christian worshiper. She chants. When this woman died, she was talking about it to some people that when she left her marriage, people were like, we're not calling you to our church again, blah, 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 blah. They said now that this woman is dead, people will move on with their life.
Of course, everybody will move on.
But when her own husband was beating her and stuff like that, she would report to pastor. Pastor will even rebuke and be, pastor cannot stop the devil from killing you. You run away flee from every appearance of the devil. I'm even saying this.
In Osinachi case, the pastor, I don't think the pastor said he was not aware. They actually suspected it. Some people were aware.
No, we're talking about the
the other lady.
Yes.
She
has lived the marriage.
Some people you have to care for yourself
so that I don't die. Because
the thing is that God is against divorce, but He wants you. He's more interested in you
being alive
than the sin. Do you get what I mean? So even though He would not want you to be divorced, He would much rather have you alive.
Yes.
So in that case, it's more like we better leave the marriage just to save yourself.
I will add one thing to that, and because I don't want anybody to take me as an authority on this. Because when it comes to God issue, I don't want to lead anybody astray. But part of the 10 commandments, divorce is not there. The 10 commandments is what is unshakable. There's no excuse for it. But divorce is not part of the 10 commandments. But the Bible said God doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And he gave example of the only time he allowed it is maybe when fornication or adultery. But common sense will tell you that if a guy wants to kill you, a woman wants to kill you, run for your life.
I mean, if someone wants to murder you
divorce,
as a person,
divorce is not a sin, but God doesn't like it. But it's not part of the 10 commandments that thou shalt not divorce.
Even if it's a part of the 10 commandments, that doesn't make that it's not.
I think the point is trying to say that you see the 10 commandments are like the proper
standard.
Those ones are like the main. And if He didn't put divorce there because God is very intentional, He also means that, let's say your life comes in, like if your life is in danger, it's something that I'm about to say turn a blind eye, but you have
to run for your life now.
He's like, okay,
but
I do understand that God would rather much want you alive, than you being dead because of a marriage. So if it comes to that, maybe stay separated at first, just stay away from that person and then walk it as a distance with just finding a proper resolution from there.
And I think one of the things we didn't even talk about, reasons why married people stay because of children.
Children, yeah.
Let's say people Yorubas will say foriti. It means like, Yoruba is hard though.
You have to translate.
How do you translate foriti? Like just endure for your children's sake. Just endure it for your children's sake. And the crazy thing is, I didn't come from a broken marriage, and I would not want to have a broken marriage for my children's sake. But still, you might not be alive to even see the children. When I think wisdom is profitable to man. When you see that this thing is not working, don't worry. Your children will understand. Run.
Yeah, I told somebody, I know the person was talking about, why will a woman leave her marriage, leave her children and everything. And I said, but our mother stayed. And I told the person, if your mother had an option, probably they wouldn't have stayed. I said, sometimes ask your mom some questions. Say, were you happy in your marriage? What are those things you wish you could change in your marriage? Then sometimes you hear some of them, what they've gone through. If they are really open to you, if they tell you what they've gone through, you will wish your mother left. Yeah, you understand.
Even
you will wish your mother left. Seriously, because some of those things go ahead to break them. You understand? Those that survived it, they are broken.
True.
You understand? Yes. But they stayed. Some will stay because of the children. I say something don't have to kill you physically before you know that this person is not. Yeah. Yes.
It's just that whole assumption that
you are still breathing, so they'll say, the person is still alive. Yeah.
But
the person has
dead cops.
The person has gone through a lot. The person has gone through a lot. Those that are in unhealthy relationship. Yeah. So how do I get out? I know that this relationship that I'm in is toxic. How do I get out of it?
I'm going to ask pro, I bet.
You see, I bet.
Now she be pro. Because for that break, I didn't drop lines. Help us, please.
No, it's just movies. I live life through movies.
Help us, please.
So I think the first way, or the easiest way, is just you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. You have to have, in quotes, a community around you that will help you. Because sometimes, even you actually realizing that you are in that situation, you may not know until someone lets you know. So you need like your friends beside you to support you, to encourage you. First of all, I feel one reason, or anybody that is in an unhealthy relationship tend to lose their self-esteem. That's why they still, no matter what, their self-esteem is actually affected. So you do need a community to help you build that, because for you to leave, it takes courage. And you can't leave without, because if you are leaving, let's say, a toxic man that beats you and you would be scared for your life that you don't know anything outside that person. Yeah. First of all. And secondly, you would be scared that you wouldn't find love again. So you need that courage. And one way of building that is with friends. Like your friend will encourage you to kind of remind you of who you are. Yeah. And that's one thing that I would think of for you to come out from that. Because going back to that finding me, the reason why she was able to fully leave was because she had a friend. She had her best friend came through, basically did a 360 on her look. So that way she also gained her confidence.
Yes.
Then she found someone else that could. I mean, the way she left was not the best way, because she didn't need to be. Yeah, she didn't need to be kissing another man. But basically, she saw an outside appreciation of who she was, which also helped her confidence as well. And then that's when she could leave. So the first way is have friends to help you. Then maybe revamp whatever you're lacking. Just build yourself on that. It will be hard. It's really not easy to leave an unhealthy relationship. I feel that it's way harder than getting a master's degree. It's way harder. Anything about emotion, because there's no real, there's no set way on getting out of it. So as long as there's no set way of getting out of something, I feel that it's way harder. Because in maths, there is a formula. If you do this, no matter the situation, you get the result. Yeah. But in life, in emotions, there's no set way. You have to just kind of remount it. Just do whatever you can. Just stick through it. So, just have friends and revamp yourself. That's my advice. What do you think? I feel you have more things to say.
To be honest, just leave.
I just understand. But do you think it's just to just hop and live like that?
The reason why I said just leave is we're in a relationship. Yeah?
Yeah.
So stop. Leave. Yeah. And deal with whatever comes after.
But do you think it's easy?
The hard thing is what comes after.
People keep going back because of that, what comes after.
If you like sex too much, is a problem.
I don't necessarily think it's just the sex, though.
No, what she was saying that people like the makeup say that's if that's your reason for going back.
That's not the reason.
Okay.
But
that's
not the only reason.
But the reason why I'm saying just leave is I think it's what comes after that is actually hard. Take your decision, deal with whatever comes after, later. So you don't need somebody to tell you. Because I love your point. You're right. If you have friends around you, good people around you, that will help you. But you might be unfortunate and not have good people around you or not even have anybody around you. So how do you get help that way? So,
people leave. The whole point of this toxic relationship is that it's not the fact that they're always there. It's the fact that it's back and forth.
Something unhealthy is not good. Okay, like taking too much sugar now, too much coke is an addiction. It's unhealthy. Yeah. But people find it so hard to stop it,
Yeah, because it's even addictive. When they try to stop, they go back. So it's that whole going back.
They go back.
Yeah, but the whole going back. But the problem.
The moment you love yourself enough, to be healthy,
but at that moment they don't love themselves because they have low self-esteem.
Trust me, if you are banking on someone to help you with something like that, you'll be there for a long time, or you might just die there. I don't believe in like putting your life in someone else's hand.
That's a valid point.
If you're in a problem, leave. Don't wait for someone to tell you, except you don't know. But if you know that
looking for ways,
but we know that.
How do you want to leave?
The point is how to leave.
The door is there. Open the door. Get out. Like why?
But it's not typical man. That's a man perspective.
I don't think when it comes to
for a woman.
No.
So the thing is that you're just looking at it like it's a plain door. It's an emotional thing.
You guys, sorry. Let me tell you something today.
Yeah.
Men actually love more than women.
No, I'm not saying that they don't
we're
love.
not argue with
I'm not saying that.
obviously
when a man loves you,
the reason why I'm saying this is you feel like because women are very emotional, it's hard for you to leave. A man will literally die for you if he loves you.
Yes.
But that same man will up and leave if you are not giving him peace.
That's what. So
it's just the place of common sense. When you see that something is toxic for you, up and leave. It's that simple.
See, I don't think it's actually that simple.
Straightforward. In the thing, like when you're talking with men, especially when it's finance, it's like, oh, do this, do this, do
that
this,
one
do
is
this,
finance,
do this.
not relationship.
No, I'm just using like in terms of anything that you talk to a man about, they are always straightforward. There's no a woman doesn't go straight. It's not just about the end result for them. It's about the journey.
Okay, see, Danielle, let me. Will you say because you this hop and leave? Will you say? Are we going to say because he's a man? That's why he can just up and leave. Just imagine. I've dated like 3 people in the past, and you are the 4th. I'll not be thinking. I have a lot of things to think about. Oh, they will say, oh, I've dated the 4th one and I've left again.
You're right.
Just imagine those that are married. They'll be like, oh, I'm now a single mom. I'm now a single mother.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So you see, the person cannot just up and leave.
But there
are a lot of things they need to put into consideration.
I understand you, but there's something I will still say. The best thing is not to get into a situation like that. But when you're in a situation like that, you don't need to care what people will say at that point, because this is about you. When you're dead, there is nobody to say, this is your 4th husband, because you're not even alive to see the dancing and all those things.
True.
And you can be emotionally wrecked that you'll be a walking corpse.
Yeah.
And when we're saying, see, guys are very logical when it comes to finance and all that. When it comes to emotion, men are not logical.
For real?
I swear to God Almighty, men are not logical. I can give you, different scenarios. Why do you think men will still like, you have a woman that is cheating on you, but you're still like looking for excuses for them?
But the percentage is really small.
It's really small.
It's because those ones, I don't think they really love. Of course, some people just get into marriage for like contract, whatever. But when you see a man that actually truly loves a woman, it's hard for them to make simple decisions when it's about somebody they care about. Do you think it's logical for you to die for someone? Let's look at the common sense then. And when you die, somebody else will marry your wife now. So what's the logical part of dying for the woman? I've
really seen a man that died for the wife though.
Ma, I'm being honest with you.
Only army and police.
No, I'm actually being serious now. If a man
police die for the country,
I mean, because they can die for the country, they can afford to die for the woman.
Maybe I'm talking from.
You're talking from where? Have you seen somebody? Do you know somebody that died for a woman?
I've seen that what has happened in real life. There was a time that I was at my mom's restaurant. Okay. So the whole family went there to my mom's restaurant. It was like late in the night. So we were just like hanging out. So my dad and mom were doing lovey-dovey nonsense. So I was there too. And then armed robbers came in. My younger brother was able to like run and escape. So when they came in, I don't know what I did to them, but it was me they came to first.
Okay.
I don't know how much they beat me.
Oh,
Jesus.
Sorry.
They beat the hell out of me. And everybody was like lying face down.
Yeah.
When they were like slapping me, kicking me, my papa no do pay more. The moments they came near my mother like this, if you see the way he stood up. See, that moment, in my mind I was like, I don't think this is the guy that gave birth to me.
He doesn't love me.
I'm serious. The way they were like booting me and beating
How old
me, I
were
was
you by
like,
that time?
I was old now. I should
Okay,
probably
makes
like
sense.
be. I was in uni though. I just came out
okay.
because I wanted to like hang out and all.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And the way he was eating, maybe he thinks like I'm my own man now. I don't know.
That you
Papa
can
just
survive.
slept there. He never even said. The moment they
They
came
want to
through,
beat his babe. He says
yeah,
he just keep quiet like that.
the person was like, stand up there. He
They
just
also
like, you
beat
just
his
like stood
babe.
up like anything you want, take it, just leave. I can't open my. They look like anything. What? So maybe that's kind of family I came from. That's why I see things like that. When you see someone who truly cares about you, all my dad's property is in my mom's name. So if my papa died today, like this, nobody go come from anywhere say won't collect any property. You know if you see. So if a man truly loves you, and I think that's why you have to be careful who you actually like get married to or be in a relationship with. There's a guy that will care for you out there. Don't just settle for nonsense.
Okay.
Try to just find the right guy. There's a guy that will actually like love you the way you're supposed to be loved. So if a guy, say now my papa now go dey logical if you reach, was that logical? Standing on the face of God. That was stupid now. So when it comes to emotion, men are not that logical though. They're not. But there are some things that you just need to like use common sense. You know that it will be hard for you. Just leave. You see that this person is not marriable and you still get into it because you feel like, but you are not going to change him. That's who he's going to be. Don't enter it. If you're in a toxic relationship, unhealthy relationship, just leave. You deal with whatever happens after. Leave.
But it's hard.
How do you stay left?
How do you stay left?
Yes, like
Yes,
how do you stay there? How do you stay in that place? Because you know, like after effect.
Hang out with friends,
effects,
play
yes.
games, do anything it is you want to do. Cry if you need to cry. Go to your mom's house, go and cry on her shoulder if you need to cry on your mom's shoulder. If you don't have a mom again, find somebody, go and cry somewhere. I understand what you're saying, that you need somebody. True, but you can't stay. It's not an option to stay there. When you know something is not an option, so why is it hard for you to make a decision? Being in an unhealthy relationship is not an option. So it's not hard for you to make a choice. You just leave.
Okay.
So I guess my point is how to stay left then.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's where you
how to stay left.
How to stay left. You call your friends for support.
Okay. How do we now support our friends that have left? Okay, you say you've never been in an unhealthy relationship. So how do we support our friends?
That was unhealthy.
But initially you said
I just thought about it now, but thinking about it,
yes.
But it's not like that's what she does actually.
So how did you deal with it? How did you deal with it generally?
I cried like a man.
What does
cried-
it mean to
they
cry
cried
like
like
a
a
man?
man.
Like it's not like you're like
They cry like
you're
a woman.
Yeah, no, I was not. No,
No, like like you suck up the tears back and then 2 seconds later you probably
my dad, I cried proper cry.
Cry,
I
you
cried
cried.
like I lost
You
someone, like
cried.
somebody died. I cried. I didn't even touch my beard full. I was looking like, I remember my dad coming to my house and he was like, he just sent me someone like, John, take yourself out, just go and do something. I was like, I'm fine, because I didn't leave my house for like 2-3 weeks.
Were they aware of the relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were also aware that it ended.
Yeah.
So,
But as hard as it was, as much as I loved that and everything, I still left. You have to leave. You deal with whatever happens after. And trust me, it's not as hard as you think. Because when you leave, after a year is even too long, you don't move on.
But do you know that there's a way you stay in an abusive relationship, then you get used to being abused.
That's true.
You start missing being abused.
That's true. Human beings actually adapt to anything. You're right.
You understand?
that's crazy though.
Yeah.
She's
That
right.
is like what?
She's very right.
Then you just meet random people.
You just miss. Yes.
Like,
You were not like
beat me.
that. You were not like that. You understand? Because you spend so much time with this particular person. It's now a normal way of life for you.
You're right. There are some girls that their choice of men is abusive.
That's why they like toxic men.
Like
Yes,
it's
they
not.
like
Yes,
toxic
it's not like maybe their parents were maybe the dad was toxic or anything.
It's just
No.
experience.
They
that
just
gives them.
experienced
happens,
it.
yeah.
Yes. Then they stay like that.
More things they saw for this life.
I mean, that's such an unfortunate experience to be like just having to do that. I mean, they advise therapy, but do you think therapy really?
Yeah,
does
that's what I was about
work?
to say. I think in that point, therapy. Yeah.
I've
yes.
never been to a therapy
Because
session, but I don't know if it works though. Because
It
the
should.
therapy itself is single.
I mean, they may just be focusing on their career.
No, therapists that cannot keep marriage is advising you. And you say you are sat there paying money. See, the truth is still that you are the one in the relationship. You can get advice from people, but it's still your choice. Whatever decision you make, you still be the one to face
That's
it.
so true.
If your therapist is telling you, okay, cook food for him, you are the one that knows that he's a madman, he will pour the food away. If your therapist is telling him, okay, be quiet for him, you are the one that knows that even if you are quiet, he will still slap you. So I'm not saying people should not go and see a therapist too. That's not what I'm saying. No.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying your life is in your hands. So whatever you do, you'll be responsible for it.
I don't know where I saw it. I think on TikTok or Instagram where someone was saying that she cannot be in a relationship where if the man doesn't physically abuse her.
I think I saw that too.
That is just like a mind busting thing. That pain is love. I mean, I know beauty is pain, but I never knew that love is pain as well.
Yeah, some say I need a man. I think it was this game show. I think it's on game show. You're about to start doing one currently. What's the name of your thing?
Perfect Match.
Perfect Match. You started. Wow, perfect nice. Match. Perfect Match. What's out for Perfect Match?
One, there's no toxic. If you are toxic, don't come. Please, if you are toxic, don't come. We are talking Perfect Match.
So if somebody wants to come to the show, how do you register online or something?
Yeah, just follow us on Instagram, Perfect Match _24, or on TikTok, Perfect Match _2. Just follow us and send us a DM.
Oh, okay.
Find you.
So nobody find my perfect match.
Know that you're in a relationship. You actually find it, but sure, you know that they will see the video.
First of all, I did not. Wait, did I don't understand.
Okay.
But are you in a relationship?
Wait, say that you're not in a relationship. So where did you get all this experience from?
From movies. I told you I live life through movies.
Hey, see, nobody has cheated on her, John. Oh, sorry for rubbing that. Yeah.
But yeah, but would I actually find like my perfect match there?
Yeah, sure.
Are you sure? Do they have like fine men, rich ones?
Yes. See, the most important thing is we don't have toxic men.
No, I don't think that's the most important thing though. The fact that you're not bad does not mean you're good. You know that, right?
Yeah, you can not be toxic, you can still
bad,
not be good.
Still not be okay.
That's true. That's
be
very
mental.
true.
You can be mental. Definitely is going to be toxic, right?
You have options to choose from, to be honest.
You have options.
Yeah.
Tell me what are the kind of.
You have options. Just
I think you will talk about that after my own show. Yeah, I watched. It was this love show. The girl said a lot of them, the guys should shout at her that she wants to pick one from.
The one that has the highest voice.
Oh my God!
Jesus
like
Christ.
I was just looking. I was like,
Did the guys do it?
Yes, because that's what she wanted. Yes, they started screaming at her. I know some rejected her because of that. They'd be like, I cannot scream at, I cannot love you and raise my voice at you. Some people, some popped their balloon because they felt I can't love you and.
But did they shout before they popped the balloon?
Yes, of course.
They shouted
before
they shout.
The host said everybody should just do the activity because I think even the host was actually surprised. You understand? So she just wanted to see how it will play out because I don't see. You see, some ladies actually like they love the toxicity. Yeah.
Yes. Basically, I'm talking. Don't come my way, please. I beg of you.
Me, I cannot even shout at somebody like with this my voice. That's why.
But really,
that's why.
No, but can you really? I don't think
I can't.
You can't.
Our argument is conversation.
Oh.
If you are shouting, I'm just gonna sit down. When we are done, then we'll have a talk. But we cannot have two girls shouting at each other in the house.
Oh, that's what you get. So, oh my God.
So I'm not shouting. Let's talk it out.
Oh my God. It's okay. Let me stop laughing. Okay. Yeah. Compose yourself. Stop laughing. So, all right. Any final words for us for somebody going through toxicity even in friendships? Yes.
It's true. I feel that's the one that people don't really talk about. Like, it's very easy to talk about a toxic man or a toxic woman in a relationship, but what about friends? Like, especially, I would say, especially in the UK, because it's, in quotes, hard to make friends here.
Yeah.
Hard.
And then you having someone, and then you're already, like, good with, but then the person makes you feel less of yourself, and they're just, maybe those little issues that just come once in a while. Every time you go, it's always like, oh... like maybe financially you're like the sponsor of the whole thing, and it's like, I mean, the person does end, but the person is not doing anything.
There's just
little things that you feel that it's not an equal friendship. But then you cannot leave because you're like, okay, am I gonna start looking for friends
another
again?
friend
Like,
again? Yeah.
how do I start? How do I, like, you know, in this place, especially for Christmas, who am I going to spend Christmas with? We are both supposed to go on holiday together, things like that.
And all that. Yeah.
I feel that friendship is harder.
It's harder than relationship.
Yeah, relationship.
I was going to add that it's better not to find yourself in, because I was going to say that earlier, it's better not to find yourself in unhealthy relationships. Before you get yourself into any relationship, get to know the person you're getting into a relationship with.
Yeah.
Because I think avoidance is like the best
It's
medicine.
better because getting out is not, might not be that easy.
It might not be, even if you get out easily, things might have been damaged. Like,
that you might not even realize on time.
Yeah.
And you might not even be able to fix it again. What if you like
trust
chose
issues.
a toxic, exactly, it's just really crazy. And then you need to like set a standard for yourself when you're getting into things. You need your friends, your intending partner, they need to know your standards. You need to set standards for people. It starts from play. Do you get? There are some things that people say to you. If you don't stop them, things they say, things they do, if you don't stop them right there and then, it will
progress.
It will
and it may
grow
not
worse.
necessarily be intentional as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah.
Standard make people respect you.
True.
If you don't set your boundaries and you don't set your standards, anything goes, they will just disrespect you. And that's how you find yourself in toxic relationship. Or unhealthy relationship, even with friends. Set your boundaries.
All right. Thank you so much for coming, Daniela. Thank you so much
for having
John,
me.
I'm happy to see you. Thank you so
Thank you
much
for having me. It's actually really fun being here.
Yeah.
I
I
really
think
love
I
this
need to
episode.
start taking courses from you.
From me?
Yes, for relationship. Now. This is how I want to enter.
Stop, man. You just need to watch movies. You just need to watch movies for
So
real.
your secret is movies.
Romance movies. You learn a lot. Learn how to not be in certain situations, and then from there you just flag out the red flags. You just
okay.
I run.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Learn Daniela movies. We've come to the end of another interesting episode of Freedom of Speech. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I know you had fun because I had lots of fun. Yes. So remember to comment on our videos, like them, watch them till the end. Please subscribe to our channel. We love you. See you again next time. Bye.
Bye.